Some breaking news today is that WWE Payback will return September 2nd. Obviously, this is a big deal because the last Payback show in 2020 is where Roman Reigns would win the Universal Championship against Braun Strowman and The Fiend. Of course, so tonight was all about, will Jey Uso fall in line? Notice on the graphic, look how bloodshot they made the eyes of Jey Uso. Obviously, we saw the Bloodline arrive. We saw Roman basically order Paul Heyman to go and talk to Jey. Notice Roman had all 3 belts. I love that. It's the biggest troll they can pull off, isn't it? They even got the LED lights underneath, the blue and the red for Raw and Smackdown. Obviously, the undisputed championship on top. I gotta say, though, I really like the vibe of him having 3 belts. We would then see Paul Heyman carry out Roman's orders and go and talk to Jey, where Jey would reiterate, the same as he did last week, if he's in the Bloodline, Paul Heyman is out. And look at the look that Paul Heyman gave Jey. It's like Paul Heyman's not scared of that threat, and it's almost making me wonder if Paul Heyman could be the reason Jey doesn't rejoin the Bloodline. We would then get one of the most tense main event segments of all time as the Usos, Roman, Solo and Heyman would stand there and Jey would say to Jimmy, "You're out and I'm out too." Super kick by Jey Uso to Roman Reigns. Later on, literally seconds later, a double super kick to Roman as well. The Bloodline is done. The Usos are out. And now I expect we're going to get the Usos versus Roman and Solo. Oh my God, I love it. This is things you might have missed from Friday Night Smackdown. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Really helps the video out. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. The Street Profits would kick off Friday Night Smackdown this week in the opening match, which was a tag team gauntlet match. Honestly, I love how they actually did this. This was really fun. Not only did you have the 2 teams competing in the ring, you also had all the other tag teams involved around the ringside. At each corner sat there with 2 chairs, obviously. And then we have the Brawling Brutes destroy the Street Profits. Gallows and Anderson immediately got into the ring. No time wasted at all. We had Sammy and Kevin, who were stood around a lot of chairs, but for some reason decided not to sit down. Very strange. Watching on because the winners of this gauntlet would face them at Money in the Bank. So, of course, they're going to be there and, of course, they're going to be paying interest. We would then have LWO get involved after Brawling Brutes defeated the OC. We would then have Hit Row get in the ring, but you may have missed that because they were literally in there for all of about 10 seconds before Sheamus hit the bro kick and Ridge the Fridge would pin Top Dollar. Honestly, Top Dollar, just poor Top Dollar. It was then Pretty Deadly versus the Brawling Brutes in the final. It was a beatdown from Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes, but it was a top rope leg drop after a sneaky tag that allowed the Brawling Brutes to lose and Pretty Deadly to win. Pretty Deadly versus KO and Sammy at Money in the Bank. Pretty Deadly, if you didn't know, are former NXT UK tag team champions. So I kind of like the idea of them being on the Money in the Bank London show. It's kind of cool. And the hype began straight away as an annoyed KO and Sami Zayn would come out confronting an annoying Pretty Deadly. Honestly, the hype is there. I'm okay with this match. I think this is going to be a good introduction for Pretty Deadly. Scarlett was in action tonight as she teamed with her husband Karrion Kross, victorious over AJ Styles and Mishin. Now, Scarlett played more of a role in this match than she did in a previous mixed tag, more wrestling moves, flirting with AJ, etc. But we got to talk about Kross's new finishing move. It was like a setup for a pump handle slam, but instead it was like a throw for an F5. It looked pretty damn cool. If that's his new finishing move, I really dig it. I think it looks really nice. Rey Mysterio would introduce Santos Escobar tonight. Really putting over Escobar, which is really nice to see. But I gotta say, right, Escobar keeps sort of thanking Rey for the opportunity in LWO and stuff like that. Does anyone else get a vibe he's going to turn on Rey? This is wrestling after all. And I just wondered, LWO, Could they change it to Legado World Order if it was a heel team under Santos Escobar? Could they? It would be LA Knight coming out, though, that would be Escobar's opponent tonight, who would go to shake the hand of Rey, but instead shove him down. Obviously, LA Knight and Rey Mysterio have had a little mini feud in the past. Kind of makes sense to continue that animosity. Tonight, it was Santos Escobar who won the match, but during the match, interestingly, they basically commentary just put over LA Knight dramatically, talking about how he's got all the momentum with him, he's got legions of fans around the world, all this kind of stuff. So I don't know, man, maybe LA Knight is the Money in the Bank winner. Zelina Vega would pick up a huge win tonight over Io Sky. Obviously, both women qualified for the Women's Money in the Bank, but this win would come because Bayley had the referee distracted for Io Sky's pin attempt. Obviously, these problems with Bayley and Io keep mounting up. Nothing come of it tonight, but we've been saying for a while now, maybe at Money in the Bank they blow and something happens between these two. Shawn Michaels has got brand new merch on the WWE shop celebrating 35 years of the Heartbreak Kid, including this new Legacy Championship, limited to only 300. Oh my god, that looks beautiful. It's expensive, but it's nice. And while we're talking about NXT, oh my god, on Tuesday, Seth freaking Rollins versus Bron Breakker for the World Heavyweight title. You do not want to miss that one. Charlotte Flair was a guest on the Grayson Waller Effect this week. Now, obviously, it didn't take long for Bianca Belair to come out, taking matters into her own hands. Obviously, Angry Charlotte's getting a women's title match before her. Interestingly, no, they didn't make this a triple threat as we expected. Instead, Bianca just said she'll be ringside for Asuka versus Charlotte at Money in the Bank. But I gotta say, though, I love this segment specifically because of Grayson Waller. Just go back and watch it, okay? And watch Grayson Waller in the background. His facial expressions, his movements, him dancing to like Bianca's theme song. Dude is vibing in WWE. And do you know what? I like it. I like it something different. And Grayson's, for me, it's working. This week's show was just amazing. Honestly, that main event segment, the emphasis on tag wrestling, Kross getting a push, very, very good. 9 out of 10 from me. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Literally turn on those notifications and you'll never miss another upload. Like, share, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Next time.